So in the next few weeks, I'm going to be examining my new book, The Relationship Coach, your playbook for unlocking the combination to a successful relationship. Hopefully it's going to be available next month. It's been a while coming, but hopefully it'll be next month. Anyway, I introduced the book with my real goal in writing this book is for you, the reader, especially if you are experiencing difficulties in your relationship, to come away knowing that you are not crazy and that there is hope. You know, as I've said on my business card for years, the tools are available in today's world to have the relationship of your dreams. And I truly believe that. So I use the term coach rather than therapist or counselor. For me, those terms are pretty heavy, like there's something wrong with you. Whereas a coach, typically there's nothing wrong with my guys, but sometimes what they're doing is not working or not working as well as they want. And I think the same thing is true of relationships. And just as I didn't invent hockey, but I can coach it. I didn't invent imago relationship therapy, but I can coach it. So the book is really a coaching manual. I use the analogy of a combination lock and a team's playbook. Obviously, if you know the combination of a lock, it's a lot easier to open it. And I want all the players on my teams to be using the same plays, right? So the book then is a coaching manual exploring what I think are the 4 key elements or pieces to unlock the combination to a successful relationship. So chapter 1 looks at borrowing from quantum theory, examines the space between. You know, typically when we think of a relationship as we think of 2 people, you and you. And I challenge my readers to think of their relationship as the 2 of them plus the space between them. Because it is a real energy field, and you can tell, can't you, when there's tension. There's either tension free or it's not. There's sort of no middle ground. And any couple I ask that to, they intuitively know when there's tension between them. Chapter 2 explores the importance of safety in any relationship. And I focus on the fact that we all have a part of our brain, the oldest part from an evolutionary standpoint, whose main function is to keep us alive. It asks the question, is it safe or is it dangerous? If it's dangerous, it'll defend itself. It's 500 million years, you're not going to change that. Chapter 3 teaches a safe conversation process. In any relationship, there's always going to be stuff to talk about, and the safe conversation process gives couples a structured way to discuss things in a safe way. And it's actually the structure that ensures the safety. And then the last chapter gives a brief explanation of imago relationship therapy. Again, Harville Hendricks and his wife, Helen Kelly Hunt, they're the experts, okay? They have trained over 3,000 of us in 61 countries practicing imago relationship therapy. It's proven to be helpful to a lot of people, and I just ask you, let me be your coach. And you can ask, well, how can you promise a successful relationship given the statistics on divorce? And I explain with my own experience, all right? For me, this is very personal. It's not just theory. 15 years into our marriage, my wife and I separated. We had been married, like I said, for 15 years. It was over. We had 2 children. We were meeting regarding the kids, but basically the relationship was over. And it was really my wife who read Harville's book, Getting the Love You Want, A Guide for Couples. That was back in 1988. And one of the points he makes is that what often happens is we get rid of our partner, but we keep the problem and take the same problem into the next relationship. So we both said, well, that makes sense. So we said, let's not waste that 15-year history. Let's figure out what didn't work so we don't repeat the pattern if we get into a different relationship. Anyway, 4 months later, we were back together. And 2 months later, we went down to a Getting the Love You Want workshop that Harville was giving in Chicago. And at that time, we were introduced to the system, imago relationship therapy, and taught the same 4 key skills that I'll share in the book. And this year we celebrate our 49th anniversary. Wouldn't have happened without this. So, like I said, it's very personal for me. So what do we all want in our relationship? To me, there's 3 key markers. We all want to feel safe. And obviously that means physical safety, but I'm thinking more of psychological and emotional safety. To know that there's no arrows coming, we're not going to get zinged. And 2, we want to feel connected. We want to know that we can just hang out with our partner and be comfortable. And 3, to feel fully alive, which includes fun, intimacy, passion, joy, laughter. It's what small children exhibit, as we all did when we first arrived on planet Earth. So in the book, I ask couples to rate the relationship on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 not so good, on those 3 scales. And I believe you can be at a 9 or 10 all the time. And if you're not, then I hope you find this coaching playbook helpful in creating the kind of relationship you truly want and deserve. All right, so next week I'll look at, begin with the first piece of the combination lock, the space between. So again, thanks for listening. Cheers.